Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo, sitting in front of the Stormtrooper collectible figures set. Inside the box, inside the cellophane wrapper, which has been here for at least a few weeks because I was busy co-producing the Galaxar Pop Culture event. If you didn't have a chance to go to that, don't worry, we're planning more. And we have the Facebook group that you can join right now if you are interested in pop culture collectibles like these. So I'm very grateful that these were sent to me by Sideshow Collectibles, and I'm even more grateful that I now have a chance to unbox them for the first time for you, right here, on video. The box feels boxy. I don't know if that's really the way it's supposed to feel. Yeah, it's boxy. I think what I like most about this box is that this part here doesn't wrap all the way around, which means I can keep it. I almost don't want to open it. No, I do want to open it, but I'm just saying that the box art is spectacular. As spectacular as the figures inside. But I would expect no less from Sideshow Collectibles. Or should I say Hot Toys? From Sideshow Collectibles. Ooh, gotta be careful. We don't want to damage that part either. There's nothing in the rest of this part of the box, in case you're wondering why I'm placing it to the side. I do plan on holding on to that. This, however, is as breathtaking as ever. I'm sorry. The box was really not meant to be in that position for too long because I needed to show you this. In case you're wondering, I'm still rocking a head cold. I kind of have medicine head. Hopefully that does not take away from your experience in enjoying me enjoying these. I think out of all the Sideshow figures that I've had to this point, or at least the figures offered by Sideshow to me, this is the first one or two that I got in one box. Everything else has come in one box, or one figure per box. So this is nice because I did not have a regular old Stormtrooper, Imperial Stormtrooper, Classic Stormtrooper, although I do have one, a Sand Trooper with an orange pauldron. It's nice to have more because now I can army build. I have, of course, an array of hands that can be swapped out, and instead of just talking about the rest of this, how about I just show the figures up close and in person? Gotta be very careful because every part of the packaging should be saved for the future. Here are other accessories, including a stand and another stand. And it looks like we have what seems to be a backpack, the rifles, some other weaponry. Another pauldron, too, a black pauldron, which is great because I'll be able to swap out the orange one for a black one and be able to stand them all up together. Again, you got to be really careful when it comes to the packaging here, because this is not like the average collectible, at least in my mind, because they were meant to be taken out of the box, as opposed to a box that was just meant to just be there, and everything staying within the box. These, of course, are super articulated figures, and super awesome. As far as design is concerned and sculpt, there is really none better, at least in this particular scale, and detail, and paint application, sculpt, all the way through. They just do a fantastic job, you know, all the way down to the smallest accessory, which this appears to be, at least with these particular Stormtroopers. E11, I'm not a weaponry expert. I only made it to level 50, back when that was the top level in Battlefront. I haven't played Battlefront in at least a year. Maybe I'll try Battlefront again when they release the new version of Battlefront within another year or so. Okay, so here's a closer look of the hands. I know where I was going with that sentence, but I stopped short. So these are the hands that can, of course, be swapped out. And in my experience with these figures, I've never had an issue with... Oh, I'm going to have to slice through that tape, so I don't know if I'm going to remove the hands now. I've never had an issue with replacing the body parts, if you will, of any of the Sideshow collectible or Hot Toys figures. I have to be careful because I know they're, you know, different brands. They're distributed in the way that I'm able to have them, because, as I said before, if I was not able to work with Sideshow Collectibles, I would not have these figures. Oh, they're beautiful. Ah, okay, that one's going to come out very easy. Kind of lightweight. I mean, kind of, very lightweight. Let's go ahead and remove the plastic. Can you see that wobbling around there? I'm going to make it such that you can get a pretty good look at this particular figure without the protective plastic, which I'm probably not going to hold on to. I don't think that's going to diminish the value any. At least it's not going to diminish my enjoyment of these particular figures. What I was saying about the body parts, did I mention that I'm kind of going through a cold with medicine head right now? Was that if you need to swap them out, I've never had a problem with these figures compared to other figures that have body parts which are removable and swappable. They tend to be, with other figure lines, a hell of a lot more, how should I say this? This is a high quality figure. I'm just going to say that. Even though the plastic is probably going to need a blade. I should not be handling sharp instruments in my condition. However, I am recording video, which means that if you see me injure myself, you can laugh. But please don't laugh at my misfortune. Boy. That foot apparently was really tripping me up. Oh, okay, so there's another, this is the reason why, or one of the reasons why. There's another piece of plastic down there. We're going to go ahead and slice through that. That was separate from the general leg plastic. So 2 pieces of plastic there. Ah! Now, what was I saying about the hands? The parts are easily swappable. Swap. That's what Jedi says. She can't say stop, so instead of saying stop, she says swap, swap. You stand up, because I think you can. There we go. Ooh, you got some padding there to keep your joints protected in shipping. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see if I can get you a little closer to the camera lens. There we go. Oh, got to balance you a little better there. I know you're missing a hand for the moment, but I think people would rather be looking at your... Well, okay, let me move you further back, because I don't know if people really wanted to stare at that part of you. I mean, every part of you is beautiful, don't get me wrong. It's just that, you know, I think I'm more, I'm not going to say attracted, because that would also be the wrong word to use. I think I'm more inclined to stare at your helmet. And so we're going to put the hand back on. Shouldn't take much force, so to speak. Star Wars. Once the body part is positioned, it generally will keep in that position or stay in that position until just a light bit of force moves it, which I appreciate, again, because sometimes with other action figures, certainly at different price points, you know, you move the body part or you can't get it in the right position, it's just terribly finicky. And the ones that I've received, at least from Sideshow Collectibles, have never had any issues, specifically with not just posability, so many points of articulation, so many parts that can be removed and repositioned, and you know, all the way through to at least replacing a pauldron. I've never had a problem. Never had a problem. I mean, people see these and they're just taken aback with the level of detail in the not just the paint application, but specifically the sculpt. These are, as far as I'm concerned, the premium figures in any particular fandom, but of course I am personally inclined to have the Star Wars figures in my collection and on display. So that's the Stormtrooper. One Stormtrooper. Just one of the 2. And I think that's rather unique, because you can have fun with one, but why stop at one when you can have 2? Now, I'm not actually going to step through the removal of this Stormtrooper's plastic, because I don't want to be here all day necessarily. But I did want to say that they both look good. Now, if you're not able to stand them up on their own or balance them on their own, they do come with stands and also a bracket that basically slips up between their legs. I'm going to see if I can pull one out to show you here. Very, very easy. I'm not actually going to use it because I don't have the stand to place this within, but it makes it easier to pose in a position where, you know, they might be, let's say, running in a way that they would not be able to normally balance on their own. But for a super articulated figure, super high quality figure, these do work very well. Thanks again to Sideshow Collectibles for sending them to me. They will be on display here in the home. You'll have to watch out for them. May the Force be with you.